If you love pizza, then today's recipe is for you. I'm going to show you how to make Crockpot Pizza Chicken. It's all the flavors of pizza, but in a fun chicken dish that the Crockpot does all the work. You can serve it as is for a perfect low-carb dinner or serve it over pasta like we're going to do for your carb-loving family. Either way, this recipe is unbelievably simple but packed with flavor, and you can get the full recipe at eatingonadime.com. Today's recipe, we're going to start with boneless, skinless chicken breast. These have already been thawed, and I'm going to trim the fat off of the chicken, and then I like to run my knife through the chicken horizontally so that way it is filleted. I like to do this for every single chicken breast, but that's because I'm going to serve this as a whole chicken on top of my pasta. Now, there's different options you can do. You can leave the chicken completely whole and not fillet it, so that way you can shred it later, or you can also dice the chicken up into pieces. The options are unlimited. Now, if you don't want chicken breast, you can also do chicken tenders or chicken thighs in this recipe. But if you're going to do breast and you want to serve it whole, I highly recommend you fillet the chicken. Today I'm using my Ninja Crockpot, but it's no longer sold, so if you check the link in the description, I have linked some of my favorite crockpots that I also use. We're going to take your chicken and just place all the chicken at the bottom of the slow cooker. I like to spread it out evenly and coat the complete bottom with the chicken. Up next, we're going to be adding pizza toppings. Yes, pizza toppings, whatever you would like on top of your pizza chicken. Today, I'm doing just a basic pepperoni pizza chicken because my kids and I love pepperonis. So I'm just starting off with regular Hormel pepperonis, and we're just going to do a thin layer on top of the pizza. But now, this is when you can add whatever you want. Don't forget to grab a bite. I love cold pepperonis. But you can add sausage, bell peppers, mushrooms, onions, anything that you would like to have on your pizza. This is the time that you would add it. Now, if I'm going to add ground sausage, I'm definitely going to brown it up first. But you do you and add your favorite toppings. It's a great way to make this recipe completely your own. Now, this recipe is super simple, friends. All you got to do is toss in 2 jars of pizza sauce. I'm just using store-bought pizza sauce today, but I do have a delicious homemade recipe at eatingonadime.com that you can grab the link in the description as well. We're going to do a 1/2 cup of water. I need a little extra liquid so this chicken doesn't dry out. But instead of just pouring it straight into my crock pot, I'm pouring a little bit into each of the pizza jars, shaking it up to get all that extra goodness out of there. I know you're probably thinking, where's the seasonings, lady? Okay, there are no seasonings in this recipe. The pizza sauce has all the seasonings that you need. It's packed with flavor. But if you want to add in some garlic salt or some salt and pepper, you can. Now, we're going to cook this on low for 6 to 8 hours until it's completely cooked through. Once it's finished, we're going to take mozzarella cheese, just like you would on a pizza, and we're going to hand shred this. I don't recommend buying pre-shredded cheese for this recipe. I like to actually hand shred it. It's okay if it falls apart. Mozzarella cheese is a little bit harder to shred because it's a softer cheese, but you're going to get that evenly melted cheese if you take the time to hand shred it versus buying the pre-shredded cheese. I love to try the cheese. Make sure you try a little bit of it. Fresh shredded mozzarella cheese is delicious, friends. Coat your chicken with the cheese. You're going to need 1 to 2 cups of cheese depending on your preference. We're going to cover with the lid for about 30 minutes. just to get that cheese completely melted. You could serve this recipe as is, or you can serve it on some pasta. Today, I'm going to boil some fettuccine, but also spaghetti noodles or linguine work well as well. This recipe is very versatile because if you are wanting a low carb dinner, you do not have to serve it with the pasta. Just for my family, we are. Look how amazing it is, friends. This is the best crockpot chicken. You're going to love it. Get the full recipe in the link in the description below. It smells delicious. I cannot wait to get a bite. This really isn't very difficult. You saw it's very simple, but the flavor is amazing, friends. So you can serve this as is if you want and just eat it. It's delicious on rolls. It's delicious on linguine, fettuccine, spaghetti, any kind of pasta. It's one recipe that your kids are going to beg for more. I'm going to spoon a little bit on my plate. Get me a little extra sauce on top. You can even top it with some Parmesan cheese. Look at all of that steam. It is delicious, friends. Okay. Now it's time for the bite. But first, remember, we just made a pepperoni pizza version, but you can make it any way. You can add sausage, bell peppers, mushroom, anything that you like on your pizza, you can throw it in this dinner at the beginning of the cooking, and you'll get all the flavors of your favorite pizza, but in a delicious chicken dish. Looks so good. Oh, I gotta grab a pepperoni too. Here we go. It's so good, friends. Go to eatingonadime.com and you can get the full recipe, or you will find the link in the description below. But you can always use our free website and you can search Pizza Chicken to get the full recipe, friends. Thanks so much for joining me in my kitchen, and I'll see you next time. Bye, friends.